Hello. You did really good.
Good.
Yeah, I recorded all of it.
Okay, perfect.
And I'll have you guys watch all of it. I wanted to ask the playlist from like when she was training at birth. Hannah said she sent it to you, right?
The playlist.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you been able to watch many of them, or?
We've been able to watch some.
Some?
Yes, not all.
Great.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Have you watched any of the ones that she did with me?
I've seen a few. I
few?
know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get to see any of the ones where I punished her reactivity? Like where she reacts to like another dog or person, and I punished it.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. There's some of them. Let me look. It's been a while since I looked at that. And I don't want to take up like a ton of your time. I don't know how much time you have.
No, you're fine.
But if you have a few minutes, I
Sure.
can show you a couple of things.
Yeah.
Let's see. And I'll do my best to get the stuff with from today.
Okay.
The training from today uploaded relatively quickly. It just takes time to edit it.
No, I understand.
Yeah, because the 360 you got to reframe the whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, here it is. There's some in here. I think that not all of her videos are on her playlist.
Okay.
Yeah, but you see there's like a bunch of short ones.
Uh-huh.
I think that there's... oh yeah, there's no way that they're all added on there. Yeah. I'll have to go through and look through some of the videos that we have in here and some of the and go through the shorts. I'll have to go through and add all of them.
Okay.
Because there's definitely more than that.
Okay.
So
good.
I'll go through and look through them, and you can just check to see the playlist update. And what I might do is go through and actually manually reorder them.
Okay. That's
So
fine.
that the ones that I think are like most kind of like important for you to watch, if I can remember which ones.
Yeah.
Like the ones that are like going to be the most useful for you to watch are at the top.
Okay.
That way, if you watch them
Top to bottom.
down from the top,
Yes.
then you'll be like, okay, I'm getting the most important ones first.
I gotcha.
So I'll try to put at least like the most important ones up at the top. That way you know which ones to watch.
Okay.
And then when the new one gets posted, I'll put that one up at the top.
Okay.
So you have it up at the top. Because she didn't react to anything.
Okay.
I couldn't get her to. We walked by like 3 or 4 dogs, and she didn't do anything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a protective thing as here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be also like a classical conditioning kind of thing. So, as an example, like say that your dog has been, like say you have a routine with your dog. Every time you go out to do training, you go to like a particular field. Well, this happens to like dog handlers all the time, like police dog handlers and stuff like that. When they're out in the field, dog listens amazing.
Yeah.
And then they go home, and the dog's like,
Yeah.
like a nutbag, and like doesn't like listen to their commands as well.
Yeah.
And they have to use more reinforcement to get them to do it. So that can happen. And so it can be like contextual, like just contextually based. So like, you know, she sees me or Hema and she's with us and we're out walking, and she's like, oh yeah, I gotta like pay attention and listen.
I gotta straighten up.
And then she's at home with you guys and she's like, I haven't like had to listen as much here, so like maybe that could be part of it, just like a straight classical conditioning kind of thing, like Pavlov's dogs. Because they're contextual learners. And then the other thing about it that's probably part of it is just like the thinking. When I think, I sometimes don't make eye contact.
That's okay.
Yeah. Is with just clarity, like of like communication in the training. That can sometimes be a difference maker. Like if one person is extremely clear and very obvious to them exactly what they need, and then somebody else is like, they're not quite as sure what they want, the communication isn't quite as clear, that can also cause similar things to happen where they're just like a little bit like start doing other stuff. So I mean, if you have like 5-10 minutes, I can whip you up the basics real quick with her and show you some stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab actual feet.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I'm in my chanclas. These are just like, yeah. Let's see. Not this one. I think the other one's in my bag. I just remember putting it in there. Sorry, editor man. PK. Get little Miss PK out. It's been brisk out here today. No, it's not my favorite. Something hanging out of my bag.
Something hanging out of your bag?
Yeah, it's like making a sound.
No?
No?
Maybe this.
What is it?
It's just the strap.
The strap. I hate the strap. I'm gonna rip them all off. To my wife's chagrin, she'll be like, "Why did you do that, babe? You ruined it." There we go. Hey! 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 Stop. We got a couple little dachshunds in here. I got a couple of dachshunds in that side. Sometimes they're noisy. Good girlie. Good girl. Hi, PK. Hello, PK. Good girl. She's side-eyeing me with the most side eyes of all side eyes. She's like, "Why are you touching me?"
She gets some looks.
Yeah. She's adorable. Good girl. Yeah. She's very lovable. Good girlie. Okay, good. With the crazy hops. Go say hi to Mama.
Hello.
Oh yeah, he's good, Mama.
Nice.
That's good.
Hello.
That's good. Oh yeah, oh the scratchies. Oh the scratchies. Oh the scratchies. Let's see this. Let me see it. See if it's on. It's on. Sometimes it's hard to gauge when they're shrinked, when they're in the crate.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little. So one thing with the e-collar is you always got to make like extra sure that it's tight enough to make contact.
Okay.
Because you can just, I mean, it's somewhat obvious like when you think about it, but like if it's not making contact, it doesn't do anything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I packed hers, the one that we got, in her bag.
In her bag. Yeah. So that one.
It looks a little different than
That yeah, that's a different one. Yeah. So about your bag, I put it in my wife's car because I thought she was gonna be bringing her home, and it's still in my wife's car, but she'll be bringing it by in like 45 minutes to an hour or something like that. We'll just bring it by and drop it off for you.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Have it.
Yeah, I was like 45 minutes ago. I was like, oh, where is it? And I called her, and she's like, yeah, it's in my car. You put it in there. I was like, yeah. But let me show you a couple of things.
Yeah.
Good girlie. So I'll just give you like a quick rundown, right? And if I'm repeating anything that you already know, you just be like, oh yeah, I know that.
No,
yeah,
fine.
just tell me. So
I love the reinforcement for sure.
yeah, so I'll give you like some really like basic ideas about how the training works, how to maintain the training, and like some of like the most important points. Spam. So the first one is when you give commands, to make sure that they're off of like a verbal cue, the order is important. So when you're giving a command, there's different things that might be involved, right? So like, say I recall a dog, I might be going like this, right? But if I say, come, she'll come, right?
Yeah.
But what does she see first?
Yeah.
Me going like this.
Yeah.
And so then in her mind, me moving backwards means come,
Uh-huh.
right? So then that can cause problems,
Yeah.
right? Because then your come, if she's not looking at you, too bad,
Yeah.
because she thinks that's come, right? Or another very common one is when you're walking with your dog and you want them to come back to you, you lock the flexi
Uh-huh.
and make pressure on the flexi, right? Or make pressure on whatever leash you have for them to come to you.
Uh-huh.
And it's really hard because our first impulse is always to lock it first and start kind of having them come back and then say come, either at the same time or very often you lock the flexi and kind of put a little pressure on it before. So like say you're walking by somebody and she starts walking over towards a dog. That's the first thing we do because we want safety.
Yeah.
But it's better to check first. Make sure you say the verbal first. PK, come. Good girl. Right? Recall with the voice first. Good job. Yeah. Okay. Right? So verbal's always first.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Verbal's always first with everything.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing
Okay.
like, PK, come. Good girl. PK, sit. Eh-eh. So even with like the release command, okay, good girl, right? That way she knows that, okay, the release command is okay, not if I move away. Because that's another really common issue. Okay, go, go, go. Is if I regularly, like on a consistent basis, move first and then say okay, then the like being able to sit or stay, like being able to stay, even though we don't use the word stay ever, it's an implied stay, becomes really difficult. Because when you go to walk away, in their mind, that's the signal.
Yeah.
So you have to like discipline yourself to always say okay first. Like I always think of it like, okay, I should be able to do it hands in pockets.
Yeah.
Right? Without moving. Hands in pockets, no movement. And then that's the sign that, okay, they understand the word, not the other body language and context that's happening. Because they're constantly, like if you think about like the order of operations in the dog's head, what they understand, it's nose, eyes, ears. But how do we communicate with them? Ears.
Yeah.
Oops, right? But like nose is the best.
Yeah.
And then and then eyes are the second best, and then ears are last, right? So very often the way that I'm communicating with the dog is first through all of these other senses to teach them things, and then I attach something that I say to it and gradually fade off the other stuff. And then they know that the sound will either lead to the good things or to the bad things based on what they do after that. So like as an example, PK, come. Eh-eh. She knows, okay, if I say come and she comes, everything's good. Good girly, yeah. Get your belly rubs. Good. Okay, come on, let's go. Yeah. Right? Then she gets belly rubs and she has a good time.
Yeah.
But she knows that if she doesn't come right away, like she went to you, then she's going to feel pressure. Right? And so it's the same thing with everything else. So very, very like in a simple version, if your dog's not listening, it's very likely that pressure isn't being applied like at a high enough level or timed correctly.
Okay.
It's going to be one of those two things or both, right?
Gotcha.
So like say that you ask her to sit or down or place or do whatever and she doesn't do it. Very often it's because there hasn't been enough obligation. Because if they do it when there's no distractions, then they know it.
Yeah.
They do know it. But when there's distractions, they don't do it. And so then the question's why? Right? Well, they have competing motivators. So they want to go lick your kids or, you know, like chase after a person or a dog or bark or do anything else, go sniff the bushes more than they care about coming back to you. And so then you have two ways you can change that equation. You can make yourself more valuable, which is always a good thing to do, right? But very often that's not going to outcompete everything, right? She sees a squirrel, fresh first thing in the morning, you take her out for a walk at 8:30, and she sees a squirrel outside. Sorry, Mom, I care about the squirrel more right now, right? And so then you only have the other side of the equation, which is to fine. It's a fine. Like you penalize it. You're like, oh, well, it's kind of like if you are driving, like imagine a world within which the fine for reckless driving, like speeding, like say 100 miles an hour in like a 30, is they pull you over, they say, hey, and they give you a $5 fine every time. Are people going to keep speeding?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, somebody's got a fast car. They like to go fast. They like speeding. It feels good. They like the dopamine rush. It's awesome. And they got money. Pay $5 all day. There's no problem, right? If the fine never changes, it's always the same. But if they get a $500 fine, and then the next time if they do it again, they get a $1,000 fine, and if the next time after that, they get a $5,000 fine, and the next time after that, they get their license revoked, that puts a damper on speeding. Right? Even if they really want to do it, it's very like rewarding and motivating for them.
Yeah, I got you.
So it's the same thing with a dog, right? So PK, come. Good girl, yeah. Good job, mama. You're so smart. You're so smart. Okay, good girl. Right?
Yeah.
So then, obviously she knows sit just fine, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything that you're struggling with other than like some of these reactivity scenarios?
It's really just that. I mean,
Okay.
it's the reactivity on the walks with other dogs, and there's sometimes she's fine, and there's sometimes she's not fine.
Right. And so really, the question then is, how do you reward the times where she does it right?
Uh huh.
And then how do you punish the times when she does it wrong?
Yeah.
So the reward when she does it right doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Uh-huh.
You can just go, oh, good job, mama, good girl. You did so good walking by that
Yeah.
dog. I'll talk to the dogs all the time.
We had a
Yeah.
really good walk on Saturday. We went to Hilltop, and
Yeah.
it was such a better walk.
Hilltop Needmore?
Uh-huh.
I love that place.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It
Which
was
trail
such
do
a
you like?
better
Yellow, red, blue?
A yellow.
I like yellow.
Oldest
Yellow's my
daughter's
favorite
in,
by
cross
far.
country, and she does a yellow trail every Saturday.
Oh, that's a big run. Yeah.
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 It was a lot better that time for sure.
Good.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I mean, so like with that, if she does good, walking by a dog, walking by a person, you say,
Yeah.
tell her she did good.
Yeah.
Good
Mhm.
girl, good job. Yeah. Right. And then like, there's more than one way to reward the dog, right?
Mhm.
So there's praise.
Uh-huh.
What's the first thing that pops in your head when you think of a reward for dogs?
Oh, for dogs, food.
There you go, food, right? Does it work? Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
But you don't always have food in your pockets.
Yeah.
I'd rather not. I mostly don't. Sometimes I do, but I don't train with it very often, to be frank.
Yeah.
The other ones are play.
And she's not food motivated at all.
She doesn't care. No.
Yeah, she didn't care.
Yeah. Does she play with you at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does she play with?
She balls.
Ball?
Loves to play
Yeah.
with balls. Uh-huh.
Will she go and like chase the ball if you throw it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Perfect. Use that. Keep the ball in your pocket. And if she walks by a dog and does a good job, chuck the ball. She can go get it on the flexi. Don't throw it too far, obviously. Like throw
Yeah.
it like 15 feet. She goes and gets it.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, oh, good job. Go get it. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Another one that's very simple, actually, is there's a cool study that they did. It's based in like just physiology, just like the even more so like in their phylogeny, right? And like their evolutionary histories. Like, well, what do dogs do when they're left to their own devices? They cover lots of ground, right? So they cover territory. So they might go 100 miles in a month, right? Wolves would go like 400 miles in a month, right? You know who else covers a lot of ground when they're not doing this? People, right? Historically, people cover lots of ground, right? And how do they do it? They trot or they walk, one or the other. But to cover that much ground, you're normally going to be kind of trotting, for lack of a better word. You're going to be jogging at a very like low, like moderate pace, and you can keep that up for a long time when you're doing it on a regular basis. And so, because that's useful in terms of survival, it's a tautology, but the body is like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to reward that to make it something that you're motivated to do, right? Over time, that's what happened. So that's true of dogs and humans. The study they did also looked at ferrets. Doesn't do the same thing in the brain at all because it doesn't have the same survival advantage. It doesn't do anything for them, right? They don't do that in nature. Like you don't see ferrets out here like just like running long distances. Like they don't do that, right? But dogs and people do. So it releases lots of stuff in their brain. Your daughter probably gets runner's high sometimes, right? She feels like euphoric because she's been running cross country for a while and she's like, and she's in pretty good shape. So it's like, oh, wow, it feels great, right? Dogs too. So that can be a reward. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll be walking and if she does a good job, I'll be like, oh, good girl, good job, mama. And then we'll just run for a little bit.
Yeah.
Even like 30 seconds. We'll just be like, oh, let's go, yeah. And I'll be just run or like do a victory lap. Dogs like to celebrate things. So that can be a reward,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of different ones. I don't know. Did Hema send you an email with like some PDFs on it?
With what on it? On the
like training stuff, like some PDFs attached.
I don't think the PDF. Well, she gave me like a folder.
Oh, maybe it's in that one.
Maybe it's in that.
Yeah. Oh, do any of them have like charts?
No.
No. Okay. I'll try to make sure that I can send over to you, because there's a one on there that I made that it shows the 4 quadrants of operant conditioning. So it's just like how to reinforce or punish behaviors. So there's you can either do positive or negative reinforcement, or you can do positive negative punishment. So positive reinforcement is just rewarding. You just reward them with whatever. It doesn't matter. Going and sniffing, that's very rewarding. Chasing a squirrel, very rewarding, right? But you might not want to encourage that, just because it could be a big distractor for her and she could run off or something like that. Or seeing people, that can be very rewarding. All kinds of things can be rewarding. And so I have a big list of things in there. It's not like exhaustive, but there's a bunch of stuff in there that can be rewarding. Overcoming challenge, that's another random one, right? So in games. And then that is what you use to encourage new behaviors. It's how you teach and how you reinforce behaviors they already know. And then negative reinforcement is also for teaching. It's for creating new behaviors, just like positive reinforcement. So the easiest way to think about negative reinforcement is pressure and release. There's pressure, and then as an example, if you get in the car and you drive away without putting your seatbelt on, what happens? Ding, 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 ding. It's annoying. So what do you do? Put your seatbelt on. And so the next time, say that you got a new car, you'd never driven a car before, and you got in the car and you knew nothing about it, and you got in and you didn't put your seatbelt on, you didn't even know anything about the seatbelt, you were like, I don't even know anything, and you just drove off. And it's like ding, 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 ding. What would you start doing? Pushing buttons. Like, dude, how do I get this thing to stop? Like, Scott, like, it's annoying. Please stop doing. Like, how do we get rid of it? And then if you like tried a whole bunch of different stuff, and then finally you're like, oh, what's this thing? And you put it, and you're like, oh, this looks like a clip there, and you clipped it, and it stopped. You'd be like, oh, thank God. Next time you get in the car, what do you do before you drive off?
First thing you do.
Put the seatbelt on. So it creates and reinforces that behavior. And if you forget, and it ding, 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 you're like, oh, crap, and you put it on. And then next time you'll be less likely to forget. So the way that you do that with the dog is with the leash and with the e-collar and lots of other ways, right? So those are 2 very easy and simple ways. But another way is social pressure, right? If I, right, that does it. Or if I could just use 2 fingers, pop her on the nose, right? That could be one. It could be any number of things. You spritz her with a water bottle if she doesn't like the water. A lot of people do that. There's all kinds of different ways to do it. The question is, how do you know if it worked? You know it worked by what the dog does. So as an example, say she's reacting to somebody or something. And you go, and you pop her. And then she kind of like, and goes back to it. Did it work or not? Didn't work, right? But if you pop her, and you go, and she keeps, and you pop her again harder, and then you get it in her face, and you go, don't do that. No. I said, no, you're not allowed to do that. And she's and then you reconcile immediately. As soon as you see that she's been punished sufficiently, I like to look for the eye shift. They shift their eyes back and forth. And they kind of like, then you go, okay, good girl, and you pet her, and you go, good job, mama, right? And you go, and you move on, right? Because then you reconciled. It was clear why it happened. You marked it with like the nope, right? And you marked it, and then you made sure it was sufficiently punishing. She showed you with her actions that it worked. And then as soon as you get that reaction, and you get that, you let her sit in that for a second if you don't want her to do it again, right? A lot of mistakes, a lot of the time people make the mistake of moving on too fast. Right? They're like, don't do that, and pop, and then the dog's like, and then they're like, okay, let's go. And it's like, let her sit in it for a second. Kind of like a little kid. Kid gets in trouble if they're like running around like, and then they like punch their brother, and they're like, and then you just go, hey, don't do that, and they're like, and then they go back to running around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're a mom. They're not going to remember that. Oh, that's never going to work,
Yeah.
right? But if you're like, no, do not do that again. You're in trouble now.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, no more whatever it is that you want to take away from them, whatever punishment you use, then and they sit with it for a little bit, and that's going to be age dependent, right? For a little kid, it might be like, time out for 10 minutes. And they're just like, right? That might work perfectly well. Maybe for a teenager, it's like, hey, you know that party you wanted to go to and you've been planning to go to for a month? Well, you don't get to go now. Mom, no, man. Right? And they lock themselves, go in the room. You know, it's like, well, and it works. So it just depends on what they did and also what they are. You treat a child and a teenager differently, and you treat a dog differently because they can't understand anything you say. They'll never know a word you're saying, not what it means. They'll only know what it predicts.
Yeah. I got
It's like they know that if they hear sit, then if they put their butt down, they get positive stuff, and if they don't put their butt down, then something makes them put their butt down, and they're like, well, I'm just gonna put my butt down.
Yeah.
And then they know that that leads to like woohoo. But they'll never know that you can sit. Right? They don't generalize this concept to other people. They don't know that. They don't know what it means, right? So that's true of everything they know. And so then we have to treat them accordingly, right? Because we can't have rational conversation with them. So then we have to use other things. Like we have to use physical force or physical rewards, tangible things to them, like praise and play and treats. And on the flip side, something physically punishing, right? Or socially punishing to them.
Yeah.
Like at its core, that's how creating behaviors works. So as an example, say I wanted to teach her to go between my legs, right? I'd be, oh, come on, good girl, come on, yeah, good girl, PK, oh, good, come on, PK, come on, middle, okay, good girl, yeah, right? And then I could make it really happy, and like if she was more energetic right now, I could like run around with her and play a game, and then I could like in the midst of the game go, oh, out. And then she stops, and then I'm like, okay, middle. And then she goes in between, and I kind of like use a little bit of pressure, and then the pressure releases as soon as she gets in the right spot. And then I go, okay, and then she goes, right?
Okay.
So that's how you create the behaviors. You have the positive reward, and then you have the pressure that goes away. So it's like you give the command, you show them with the pressure releases when they're in the right spot, you go, okay. And then something awesome happens. And they're like, oh, pressure goes away. They say, okay, awesome stuff happens. I'm going to do that again. And then they start connecting it to the word, right? So then on the flip side, the negative and positive punishment is the other side of that, so to speak, right? And that's what's used to discourage behaviors, to get rid of them, to make them not do things again. Because these create behaviors and make them want to do it again. It encourages behaviors. So if you want to train them to down or sit or do anything, you do that. As a funny example is a lot of people train their dog to pull with both positive and negative reinforcement by accident. They take their dog out on a walk, and the dog's walking, and they're like looking at their phone, talking to somebody, doing whatever, and the dog starts pulling because they see something they want, and they pull. And then when they get to it, you know, we're walking, say she wants to smell that flower. Let's go, come on. She wants to smell that flower. We get to the flower, she's sniffing it. And what do? You stop. You're like, oh, and you just wait for your dog to finish what they're doing, and then you guys keep walking. So she was pulling, the pressure went away when she pulled towards it, and she got to it, and she got the thing that she wanted, which is the positive reward, right?
Yeah.
So then you both positively and negatively reinforced the action of pulling, because that's how she got to what she wanted, and it's also how the pressure went away.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So people do it by accident, and they create the behavior of pulling. So say you want to get rid of something, like reacting at people. Well, that's when you go to the positive and negative punishment. Negative punishment is very simple. It's when you remove something they want. So they have something they want, something cool or whatever. Maybe you guys are playing with the toy or whatever, and you withhold it because of something they did. So say they start jumping all over you, and maybe you don't want that or something. Or maybe they start biting at your pants leg. And you guys were playing, or you were giving her a treat or something like that, and you go, and then they're like, I want it, right? And can't have it until you stop doing that, right? And that discourages the behavior because it got something removed that they wanted, right? And then positive punishment is when you add something like a penalty. So you penalize them. Penalizing them is very simple. So like say that she pulls right now, right?
Yeah.
I would just go, nope. And that's it. Okay, you can go say hi, right? So then it's like, okay, I punished it, right? And now normally, like in that scenario, like if she pulled, I'd punish it a little bit harder than I did there, but I didn't want to do it in front of your daughter right now, to be honest, because like she hasn't seen her all day, and I was like, okay, let her go say hi, right?
I finished my homework.
Good.
That is good, objectively. So the way that works is that it's all the same stuff as the negative reinforcement. It's pops on the collar, like the prong collar, or tap on the e-collar, or anything else, right? But the difference is normally you're going to use a little bit more pressure, whether it's through like a higher e-collar level or a harder pop on the prong collar.
What level do you have the e-collar on?
On mine, it's on a 30 right now.
A 30.
Yeah, I don't know what it'll be on yours.
Okay.
What kind of e-collar do you have?
It's the educator.
You have an educator?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, it'll probably be fairly similar.
Okay.
But don't get stuck on numbers.
Okay.
Never get stuck on numbers, right? So like the number does not matter.
Okay.
What matters is how the dog reacts to the number.
Gotcha.
Right? So it could vary from moment to moment, right? As an example, you know, if your kid's out playing in the yard and you go, hey, honey, like, come do this, they might not even pay attention to that at all. They might not even hear you, right?
Yeah.
But if they're sitting inside and you're like, hey, honey, can you come do this? Then they're like, oh, yeah, okay, because they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, distraction level matters.
Okay.
So if she's amped up at a dog, maybe to reinforce a sit is on a 10, but to break her focus on that dog and make sure that she knows when you say nope, and then you tap the e-collar, she might just blow off a 10.
Yeah.
She might not even care about it, right? So then punishing in that scenario might be a 50.
Yeah.
You'll only know when you do it. And so if you're like, hey, nope, and you tap, and then like she's still not doing it, and then you take the e-collar and turn it up, right? Higher until you see she goes, wah! Right? But in that case, ideally, like you're not going to hurt your dog. So e-collars can't injure a dog. They don't injure them. And the only way they can injure them is by like pressure source.
Yeah.
But they can't injure them with the electricity because it's not like a taser. I don't know if you've felt it before, but like a taser shoots, you can feel it in your feet, right? Because of the way it's set up. An e-collar you cannot. I've turned it, every one e-collar I've ever used, I've turned it all the way up and put it on my neck. And zzz, right? All it does is it'll make my muscle jump, right? Or if I put it on my bicep will go, right? Depending on the level. If it's on a lower level, I might just feel a tickle, right? So it can't hurt them. So in that kind of scenario, what's going to hurt them more is if they keep doing it. So on that, in that scenario, you would be more cautious to have it higher than it lower. It's better if you accidentally go too high than you accidentally go too low in a scenario where you're punishing reactivity like that.
Yeah, I got you.
Because it's more important that they stop doing that so that you can take them on walks and enjoy it, and they can enjoy it and have a good life, and like not start to create resentment where you're like, I don't want to walk this dog, because it just happens.
Yeah.
I've had people that like they used to walk their dog all the time, and then they haven't walked their dog for 3 years, and then they called us. Happens all the time. Or I've had dogs where they had the dog in the crate for 23 and a half hours a day because they were destroying everything.
Yeah.
And they were really crazy, and like I say, it's like a Malinois or something like that, and they just couldn't control the dog at all. And the dog, and just like causing them chaos.
Yeah.
And so they were just like, I can't deal with this, right? So if you ask the dog if they could make these kinds of decisions, would you rather go on walks every day and have lots of fun with the family and go on trips and stuff, but you got shocked pretty hard a couple of times? Or would you rather never go anywhere and never get to do anything?
Yeah.
They'll pick option one all day long, right? So I never feel bad about it, except for in the very like base sense that I'm like, aw, right? But I don't let them see that.
Yeah.
But I always reconcile quickly.
Yeah.
So that's what you do with a positive punishment, but it's in both cases always super important that you mark it.
Okay.
So, because then you transfer the power of the punishment that you use to your voice. So then when you say nope, it means the same thing to them as if they were getting zapped with the e-collar on a 60.
Yeah.
Or they got a hard prong collar correction. It means the same in their mind because it predicts that immediately. So if you say nope and then zzz, or nope and then a pop on the prong collar and this, then they go, ooh. And so then they hear you go nope and you'll see them go, fudge, oh crap, my bad, my bad. And then you're like, come, right? And they're like, okay, I'm coming, you know? And that's what you want because then you protect them from killing themselves by running in front of a car or running and doing something stupid. And like you improve their lives. Yeah.
I gotcha.
I can't tell if you can tell. You might be able to tell that like I have to constantly try to convince people to punish their dog properly because they just don't want to do it because it feels bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it feels bad to you. To them, it feels bad like for like that long. And then they go back to normal. If you go, okay, let's go, and then they're like, oh, everything's cool, like whatever, and then they live in the moment, so they don't even remember, like that very often. Like they don't think about it, if that makes sense. They might when they walk by another dog, they might be like, not doing that, right? But they're not like sitting in their crate at night or in their dog bed and being like, earlier today, mom did this, and I feel bad about it. Like they don't do that. They're just sleeping, right? Or being like, what's that sound? Like, you know, that's they live in the present. So, I don't know. I guess do you have any other questions? That was a long spiel.
No, I think that was super helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And so then after that, it's just practice.
Okay.
Right.
I think
and
that's
so
what we
then
need
if
more
you,
of,
I tell some people like the best dog training tool. It's better than an e-collar. It's better than a flexi, and those are like flexis like super high on my list. E-collar, prong collar, super high on my list. Those are super useful dog training tools. But the most useful dog training tool by a country mile is a tripod and a phone. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Because with a tripod and a phone, if you record yourself, you can see if you're actually doing what you think you're doing, right? So I challenge you to do that. I encourage it, right?
Okay.
Record yourself, and then think about what we talked about and like what you've seen on the videos, and be like, am I saying verbal first, or am I doing something else a little bit first, or am I doing it at the same time, right? Like, you know, am I seeing like, is the dog suppressing, or is the dog like, you know, like blowing it off, right? Like, read the dog and think about it, and just like, very often, it's helped me. It still helps me. I watch my own training randomly, and we'll just watch and be like, oh, that wasn't even close. What did I do there? What was that?
Yeah.
And I do it all day, every day. Like I think I've probably recorded like 5 hours of training today already, right? So, so I encourage you to do that so that you can see whether or not you're actually doing it the way you think you're doing it or not.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That's
no
super
helpful.
Helpful.
And what was your first name again?
Crystal?
Crystal, that's right. I've seen your name on the phone a bunch of times. Is it Crystal Roberts?
Yes.
Sick. Oh, see, I know the last name.
And
Kelton.
Kelton.
Kelton. Yep. Okay. Yep. And Hemma's my wife, actually.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, big winner. I'm a big fan
Yeah.
of hers. Yeah. Yeah. So, cool.
And you said she's bringing the bag by a little bit later?
She'll bring it by a little bit later.
Okay.
Yep. She's out doing a couple of things right now, but when she's finished with that, she'll bring it by. And if, I don't know what if she's going to say hello or if she's just going to drop it on the porch. Either way. Yeah. She'll probably, knowing her, she'll probably text you. She's much better with the communication. She's faster with it than I am. That's why we have her doing all of it now. We actually recently switched her to like doing all of it. Like all. She does all of the admin stuff now because Christian and I both suck. And we're too busy training dogs. So, and she's like a super power at it.
She's
like
techie.
She's just customer focused and like really good with like, she like responds and she like pays attention to it really hard. So if like that's her like main job, then she'll like make sure everybody gets taken care of, and we get distracted. So yeah. What's that?
She learned how to open the door handle.
She's sharp.
She's a smart dog.
Yeah.
She really is a smart dog.
She's actually one of the few dogs that has escaped into our main kennel area multiple times out of her kennel into the main area, because we have like triple fences, because it's legally you have to have at least double fenced.
Yeah.
But No, one time I came in and I found her in another dog's kennel. And I was like, how did you?
Yeah.
She did it to me 3 times. And then I was like, how did you do that? I don't understand. And then the 4th time I caught her doing it. There's this one kennel that we have that has like a little windowsill about this big. And so it butts up to the windowsill. She was jumping up into the windowsill and squeezing through the windowsill to get in the other dog's kennel. And I was like, really? Yeah, or she climbed a 6-foot fence to get out of her kennel once. So, yeah, she's not to be trifled with. She's very smart. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that she like loves other dogs because.
Yeah, actually, I have a video of her walking up to a dog today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little like a 6-month-old Belgian Malinois that we're training. And I just let them meet and say hello and stuff like that, and she did fine.
Okay.
Yeah, she just walked up and was like.
Yeah, because we'd love to be able to take her to the dog park and daycare and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, what I would recommend is get the reactivity stuff with you under control.
Yeah.
And then try stuff and see how she does, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like dog parks that much.
Okay.
But only because it's kind of like when your kid starts driving, you're like, hey, I know you're a driver, like you're a good driver now.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But like, you need to drive defensively. It's the whole defensive driving thing. Is because like, I don't know, like I know there's a bunch of bad drivers out there.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I know there's a bunch of terrible dog owners out there. And it's not their fault. I'm not like trashing them. They just don't know. And so they do dumb things with their dogs and let their dogs do really dumb stuff and they don't train them. And so then it's like the dog's like just bullying the heck out of your dog.
Yeah.
And PK can she'll get bullied.
Yeah.
If there's another dog that is bigger than her and will bully her. And that can make her lash out. And then who's that on?
Yeah.
Her.
Yeah.
Not them. Even though it was the other dog's fault. So that's why I don't like dog parks that much because I can't really control it.
Yeah.
That's why I like taking them on walks and playing with them and doing all that stuff. And then like I'll go walk outside of a dog park for part of like training, but like they don't care if that makes sense. But like if there's like a controlled area and I know the other dog, yeah, I'll let dogs play all day, you know. Like she's played with dogs at our house, at the facility too. But like I knew the other dog was friendly, and so I let them play. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Stop at pig.
Good girl.
Stop eating the grass.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys ever have any questions, just send us a text.
Sure.
Yeah, let us know. If Emma doesn't know the answer, and then she'll just ask me, either me or Christian, and we'll probably maybe just because husband.
Yeah.
and we'll help you out.
First access.
Yeah. Yep. Because I'm like we're like sitting on the couch, and she's like, "Hey, babe," and I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah. But I like talking about dogs, so it's never a big imposition for me. So yeah, just let us know.
Okay.
But she's a great dog.
Yeah, we really love her.
She's beautiful and smart and nice and sweet and did your moo moo. Yeah, that's good. You have her leash. You want to put it on or?
I think it's inside.
Okay, cool. And then I'll just grab this e-collar off of her.
I love you.
Aw, I love her too.
Mommy lets her sleep in my room.
Aw. My dog used to sleep in my room when I was younger too. I would let my dog sleep in my room now, but we have 7 cats, and she can't leave the cats alone, and she's 120 pounds, so too much. Hello. That's good. Sweet girl.
All right.
She's a moo-moo. Yeah, you're good.
Where'd I go?
I was ready for it.
Nice.
Good girly.
Nice, sweet.
All right, well, we'll contact you
Okay.
and see if there's anything else you need help with, and whatever we can do, we want to help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Oh,
you.
we take them off.
Bye, baby. Bye, mama. All right, you guys have a good night. She'll bring that vibe later. Yep.